Alright guys, so today we are going to look at how to graph a quadratic equation in standard form. I do have 3 steps that you can follow to graph in standard form. Now first you have to know what the standard form looks like, so that's why I have a picture here. And you see y equals a x squared plus bx plus c. Or you can also have f of x instead of y, but that's what the standard form looks like. You don't have parentheses, you do have a squared because it is a quadratic function, but for the values, the variables we're going to have are a, b, and c. Now step 1, to find the vertex, which is x and y, you need to use a little formula to find x for the vertex, which is negative b over 2a. After you find that x, you're going to substitute into the y value, and you are going to have your vertex. The mean or max value is whatever the y value is for the vertex. That's going to be your minimum or maximum. Step number 2, you're going to draw your axis symmetry and through the vertex, and the axis symmetry is going to be the same x value as the vertex. Notice we have the same formula here and up here. So whatever x is in the vertex, that's going to be the equation of the axis of symmetry. And step 3, you want to find the y-intercept by finding the value of c. So going back to the actual equation, this number might be negative, might be positive. It's going to be the y-intercept. You're going to reflect on the other side of the axis symmetry, and you're going to draw your parabola. So that means you're going to find 3 points. You're going to find the vertex, you're going to find the y-intercept, and the reflection of the y-intercept. Connect the points, making a smooth curve. Obviously, sometimes it's not going to be perfect, but you want to have it as close as you can as a U shape. Alright, so let's try an example. So I have the f of x equals 2x squared plus 4x minus 2. First we want to find the vertex. So to find the vertex, let me put v for vertex. I need the x value and the y. So to find x, we have the formula negative b over 2a. You have to know what numbers represents a, b, and c. Let me label that for you guys. So the coefficient, the number that has the x squared, is a. The one with the x is b, and the constant, no variable, is c. So to find the x value, we have negative b, in this case is 4, divided by 2 times a, which is 2. You simplify the fraction, so negative 4 over 4, and we have negative 1. So the vertex is going to be at negative 1, so you're going to go 1 to the left, but now we have to find the y value. So to find the y value, you go back, you substitute, and you guys are going to simplify it. So y equals, and we have 2 negative 1 squared. So all you're doing, you are substituting the negative 1 into the x. So y equals, bring down the 2, square the negative 1. You have to follow the order of operation, which is positive 1. You can multiply those two numbers and bring down the minus 2. Multiply these 2 because you have a parenthesis. Combine these two right here, negative 2 minus 2, and finally we got negative 4. So the vertex is at negative 1 and negative 4. So you go 1 to the left and 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here. We know, well, let's go ahead and look at the axis symmetry. So number 2, for the axis of symmetry, we need to find the equation, axis, and the equation is going to be whatever x is in your vertex. So notice we have x equals negative 1, so x equals negative 1. So you're going to make a vertical line going through the -1 on the x-axis. I'm going to make a dashed line here. So this line cuts the parabola in half. We have two symmetric sides. And then step number 3, you need to find the y-intercept. Now for the y-intercept, you just need to look at the value of c. And the value of c is right here. Okay, so -2. Now it is a point, so I'm going to write it as a coordinate point. 0, -2 is your y-intercept. We have the -2, x value is 0. So 1, 2 is right here. And you reflect on the other side. So this point is 1 unit away from the axis of symmetry. So on the other side, 1 unit away on the axis of symmetry. You can reflect the point, and then you connect the dots. So here's the U shape. Looking at the graph, you can also tell me if you have a min or max. Since this one is going up, the U shape is going up, you have a maximum point, and you also know, you have a minimum point, not a maximum, minimum, and you also know it's a minimum point because the value of A is positive. When A is positive, you have a minimum, and the y of the vertex, the y value, is your minimum value. So we have -4 in our vertex for the y, so that's going to be the value for the minimum, -4. So there's a lot of things you need to learn for quadratic equations. Remember there's 3 different forms. There's the vertex, standard, and intercept form. In the previous video I showed you guys the vertex form. On this video I'm showing you guys the standard, so you have to really know the steps. Let's do one more example. And for this one, there's a few things we need to find. They give us a function which is up here. F of x is -0.5x squared minus 4x. We want to determine part A, whether the graph opens up or down. We want to find the axis symmetry. We want to find the vertex, y-intercept, and then we want to graph and find the zeros of the function. So let's look at those parts. Part A. Part A, it opens up or down. You can say this one here, it opens down because A is negative, so it goes downward. Once again, because A is negative, so look at the function, and you have the negative in front of the A. Part B, find the axis of symmetry. Since this is standard form, we need to do the little formula I showed you guys on the previous slide. So -b over 2a. So x equals negative. Now we have to be careful on this one because you notice b is negative as well. So when b is negative, we need to use a parentheses, -4. On the bottom is 2 times a, which is -0.5. Okay, you simplify the fraction. So on the top, we have a +4. On the bottom, 2 times -0.5, that's going to be -1. So x equals -4. So there's the axis of symmetry. Okay, -4. Then we need to go back. So this is part C. We need to go back and find the vertex. So first we need to find the y value. Okay, so for my vertex, I already have my x. So let me write it down. -4. I need the y. So I'm going to substitute y equals 0.5 squared, -4 squared, minus 4 times -4. So y is going to be, you bring down the 0.5, you square the -4, so -4 squared, that's +16, and then you multiply these two, so it's going to be +16, So y equals negative 0.5 times 16, that's negative 8, plus 16, so y equals positive 8. Positive 8. Alright, so let's go ahead and plot the vertex because we're going to have to graph the actual parabola. So you go to 4 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 up. So it's right here. We know it's going to go down. And the axis symmetry is at negative 4, x equals negative 4. So let me draw the axis symmetry, which is right here. And we are going to find the y-intercept. So part D, to find the y-intercept, you look at the value of c. So notice up here, there is no c. Every number has a variable, so there's no constant. So the y-intercept is 0. Now remember that I want you guys to use a point. So for the y-intercept, I'm going to put 0. The x value is always 0 for the y-intercept. And whatever c is over here, that's going to be your y-intercept. So 0, 0, origin. That point is 4 units away from the axis symmetry. So on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, you reflect the point and you guys have your parabola. Now for the zeros, this is part E. Part E, you're looking for the zeros or the solutions or x-intercepts. To find those solutions, zeros, you look where the parabola crosses the x-axis. So we have one here and we have one here. We're just looking for the x value. Okay, so we have 0, the origin, x, and then we have negative 8 over here. So those are your zeros. So x equals negative 8, comma, 0. Do not use parentheses for the zeros. These numbers are not coordinate points. They're actually values of x. So do not use parentheses for that. Alright guys, so hopefully this video works. Next time we are going to look at how to find the domain and range, and we also have to look at the intercept form. So I'll see you guys later.